I hope the Lakers never win again. I know it won't happen. Also, when can Boston be considered a small market?
I was about to say I appreciate you, my boy, and next all this Lakers slander, like damn.
Hear me out.
What?
Hear me out.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trent, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got my guy on the screen here, Reese. Reese, how's everything with you, man?
Man, long time no see, everybody. Everything's good. Everything's good. Ready to talk hoops.
Just a little bit. Look, fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, y'all might be a little confused as why Reese said, it's been a little minute. Well, y'all might be seeing him at least weekly on the show. But we have been recording like not as frequently. So, you might be a little confused. Reese, I just saw you last Tuesday. Clarification. So, but nah, Reese, I should have asked you this before the show started.
Uh-huh.
But did you want to talk about the wondrous news or you want to just speed on past
that? I mean, we don't have to. Let's talk some hoops. Let's talk some hoops.
Let's talk. We talking hoops, ladies and gentlemen, because it's called Get a Bucket. All right. But just know, I'm happy with this brother right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And it's also, it's this, but it's also because of the conversation we're about to talk about too. We're talking about NBA MVP candidates, ladies and gentlemen. Notice I didn't say candidate, pluralizing that. The reason why, because there's actually a lot of players hooping. Like a lot of players is getting a bucket. They passing that basketball. You know what I'm saying? They playing defense. We doing a lot. Reese, who you got as your MVP candidates? Like, give me about 5 names who you would say right now, point in time, is your MVP.
If I have to give 5 names, it would probably, and this is probably in order too. It would probably have to go Anthony Edwards, Jokic, Joel Embiid, Shea, and then probably Tyrese Halliburton right now.
Hallie. Okay.
Yeah.
No love for Hallie. But you said Ant-Man number 1, correct?
Ant-Man number 1. Yep.
Ant-Man number 1. Respect. Talk to me. I can't be mad at that too, because they number 1 in the league right now.
Yep. And not only that, that's me and you, we chat a lot about it. And the way I look at the MVP race is always, I feel like if you want to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And I look at the MVP race as real gladiator coliseum-like. So whenever you get those opportunities to go up against other MVP candidates, are you making the difference in the game to make sure that your team is securing the victory? And, I've had Tatum fall way down my ladder because he keeps going up against MVP caliber players and not pushing through to the win. I don't care what the case may be. I don't care if they had Moritz Wagner off the bench score 30. It doesn't matter to me. The point is, you're the MVP candidate. I want to see you will the team to the win.
So look, hear me out, right? Because in these situations, we got 2 MVP candidates. And I mean, maybe your team just didn't have it that day to help you get over the hump over this other MVP candidate. I mean, I do hear you, know what I'm saying? Ant-Man again, number 1 in the league, not the West, not the division, the league. And then he also beat your Celtics and Jason Tatum.
In the overtime, in the clutch.
Yeah, and he guarded Jason Tatum as well. So I do hear you got to remember that.
With 5 fouls.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say this too, though. We do get some get back, and I say we when I'm talking about Celtics. I'm not a Celtics fan. Y'all know I'm a Lakers fan. But I say we just in conversation. We get some get back. So that second game, if JT and the Celtics just dog walk, come on, little fella, like the Wolves, I think JT got a nice little shot to reclaim that MVP ballot. So,
he does. You get a couple chances to go up against a couple guys. So he definitely, it's not set in stone. But like I said, he's kind of fell down. He's on he has to climb back up at this point. He's definitely falling down a bit for me.
Okay. Now you had, if I'm not, let me make sure I got
Yep,
the order correct. You
Ant-Man,
said
Jokic,
Jokic, Embiid,
Embiid,
Shea,
Shea,
and
and
then
then
Hallie.
Halliburton.
Okay. What would you need to see? And matter of fact, let's try to pull up the standings real quick. What would you need to see from Hallie to get to that number one spot? Again, for just a little context, Pacers, their fifth spot, right in the East. When you look at the team, it's Hallie, Miles Turner, Benedict Mathurin, but like they're really young right now. So
I
what would you
think
need to see from Mathurin? From Hallie.
what seed were the Nuggets when Jokic won his first MVP?
Six.
They were
He was
they were 6, right? So
Six.
I want to say as long as he stays in that 4 to 6 range, and the standings are as close as they are. You know what I mean? Like if he's 6 and they're like 5 games behind, I don't think I could give it to him. You know what I mean? If they're like 5 to 7 games behind, I couldn't give him the nod. But if he can stay in that like 4th or 5th, I mean, I'm looking at the top teams like, you know what I mean? Not to like put them down or anything, but I could see the Magic. They had a crazy run of like 7 or 8 games win streak. Yeah, you know what I mean? So say they start to kind of like regress to the mean. And not saying that the Pacers won't regress to the mean either, but if they fall down and the Pacers can kind of stay right below the Celtics, Bucks, and Sixers, and they stay in that 4 or 5 spot, I think, and Hallie is giving you 25 and 12, averaging 1 turnover. You know what I mean? 40% from 3. I mean, damn near 40, 50, 40, 90 splits. You know what I mean? If he can continue that for, I mean, I guess you only need 65 for the All NBA clarification, but if he can do that for 70 games, you know what I mean, and they stay in that top 4, I want to say he me personally, because I didn't agree with a 60 winning the MVP, just like I didn't agree with Russ, even though he averaged triple double with him being like an 8 seed getting the MVP.
Yeah.
So I would want to personally see him be a 4th, maybe 5th seed, but I could definitely see him getting a 9.
See, I look at Hallie in a situation where, for me, if he's going to win MVP, I'm thinking Steve Nash with the Suns, right? I think someone needs to be that Stoudemire role, and I don't quite see that on that team right now. I think Obi has a shot, long shot, because people are gonna try to clip this up. Or he's saying Obi Toppin the next Marty Stoudemire. Well, let's not act like he didn't get comparisons back in the day. So I mean, there's a shot, but
and I'll say this too: Steve Nash is actually a really good comparison, though, right? Because one of the biggest things, other than like win shares and things like that gave Steve that nod is that the Suns that year they like set historic paces on offense, and right now the Pacers are like miles ahead of people. I mean, the pace they're pushing right now, I mean, they're averaging like damn near 130 points a game. And that would clear, you know what I mean? That would clear an NBA record in a sense. So if they can keep up that pace, which we know, I mean, they're going to have a couple games where all of the buckets don't fall and stuff like that. But if he can keep them at number 1, because it will be him. You know what I mean? Nobody else on that.
Yeah, that's
team.
what I'm saying. It's him. And that's the thing. That's the reason why I said Steve Nash. You bring up, I brought up Stoudemire. That's the role he's going to have to do. Like, he's going to need that Stoudemire. Because I'm comfortable with him scoring, but to win a championship, I do want him to have that solid running mate. And that's at least what Steve Nash had. And I think Halliburton is better defensively.
And I think Miles Turner isn't. I think Miles Turner.
He's not bad. He's not bad.
Yeah, I was about to say, and what Miles Turner brings is 3-point shooting and rim protection. You know what I mean? So it's like,
a lot of
you know
teams
what I mean?
use that.
Yeah, and he looks really good with Hallie in a pick and roll. They have a really good feel for each other, and he really knows as long as he can get to open space. Well, let me correct myself. Hallie is going to throw the ball to open space. So as long as Miles can get to the ball, he'll have opportunities to be good. I mean, he just had 25 against the Bucks. He played really well against the Celtics as well. I mean, you know what I mean? I think he kind of has that running mate, and I think Miles Turner has kind of been waiting to be that 5-man that does kind of, you know what I mean, pick and roll, block shots, and also shows that he can stretch the floor. But, you know what I mean? I don't know. Because, I mean, you could look at Miles Turner. I mean, he's probably a top 7 center right now.
So I was just talking with Jordan, actually, and I was asking about Miles Turner. We were talking about great centers. And I think the word great, I didn't focus on that too much. And I said, what do you think about Turner? Because I'm a fan of Turner. He also likes Turner as well. And I agree. I think Turner actually might be number 6. Like, when you think about it. But like 6 to 7, that's not a far.
Do you put Chet Holmgren? Do you put Chet above him?
Too young.
Like, to be ahead of him?
I think so. Because and when I say that, when I look at Chet right now versus Miles, I think Miles is mobile enough to guard Chet, and I think Chet is not strong enough to guard Miles. Even with the length, I think Miles is backing him down, and you can just punish Chet, like especially if it's a one-on-one scenario. So like they both got.
I think Miles Turner. That's one thing though. Like his post game could use some work. Like I kind of see it. Not that he got struggles against. I know. With
Sabonis,
yeah.
So I'm about to say, look, we about to get off on a tangent, my boy. I'm about to go down there. I'm about to go on the MVPs. So we had Hallie, and then you said Shea. What do we need? What do you need to see from Shea then in order to get that MVP?
Shea just has to keep cooking, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, the about how wide open the West is. I mean, I kind of give him the same thing I gave Hallie with being that 4th or 5th seed, because right now I'm thinking that the Timberwolves, I'm thinking that the Nuggets, and I'm thinking the Lakers will probably end up the top 3 seeds. And so again, if he can stay at 4, I mean, they have a really good chance. I mean, because I'll be honest with you, he gives his teammates a lot of confidence. You know what I mean? Like I think when people say that, like, if I feel like for football, for instance, like when they say when you feel like your quarterback can win you a game, you just have to get him the opportunity. Like I think everybody like 1 through 15 or 2 through 15 believes that if they give Shea an opportunity, like he will go win them the game, and he does it time and time and time again. You know what I mean? And so if he can just keep doing that, even though like I think you and I were talking about it a couple weeks ago, but like his record West versus East is kind of glaring though. And so it's, you know what I mean? It's kind of, that's concerning that it doesn't seem like he can beat one side. I can't remember which side where he had a poor record against the West or the East. But if he can kind of even that out, if he can even that out, and like I said, stay in that 4 spot and average 30, 6 and 6. I mean, he already is averaging like 2 steals. He has that 50, 40, 90 nod as well. So if he can keep doing that, and like I said, keep them in that realm, it'll be hard to choose between him and Hallie. But then you can't ignore guys like Jokic and Embiid. Yeah, well, Ant-Man, I say Ant-Man, who will probably have a lot over him because they'll end up a higher seed in my opinion. But like when you think of the center position right now and how Embiid and Jokic are basically averaging, I mean, Embiid is averaging like two assists shy, 3 assists shy from a triple-double. But like Jokic is still averaging a triple-double. And so it's like it's hard to ignore overwhelming numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that. See, when I'm looking at the Thunder, I'm not gonna lie to you. I know we were talking about the Pacers, right? And how it's perceived as just Halliburton, but you still got Turner as well. You got a couple of solid pieces, but I don't.
Bruce Brown.
Oh, Brucey over there too. Yeah, no, that does shake a book.
That's a championship player.
That's a championship. That's a championship player. But I do look, and that actually might change what I'm about to say a little bit. But I look at the Thunder as a smidge different, right? You said in that 4 to 6 range. I need to see if we're gonna talk about him in the MVP race. I think I said, well, you know what? Before the season started, I want to say if they're definitively in the playoffs, that would put him in the MVP discussion for me. And I don't like reneging. I don't like moving the goalposts. So I got to say that I got to hold true to what I said before the season started. So I'll agree with that. Which again, 1 through 6 is the definitive playoff spot. So if they 7 through 8, I can't rock with you, Shea. But you hit 1 through 6, we can talk about it. And then to your point, the matchup head to heads, that'll help separate. Okay, well, him and Hallie. All right, well, what if they both hit all the check marks? Okay, well, who did better in the head to head?
Right, so him versus Ant, which they'll see each other a lot more than he sees Hallie. So him versus Ant. So then let me ask you this: if Hallie loses, right? Because they only see each other twice in terms of Ant and him, and so if he loses to Ant-Man twice, but then Shea loses 3 times. Do you give any like slack to Hallie because he's only played him twice? 3 out of 4 times to Ant. Oh, then it's Ant. Then it's Ant.
Okay. No. I'm saying like who do you view worse? between Shea and Hallie because Hallie didn't get a game.
I would see
but Shea got
I
one
would
more or
see
two
Shea
more.
worse. I would see
Okay,
Shea worse
okay,
because
okay.
you have more opportunities. You gotta win. I mean, three. Don't get me. 1 and 3 is bad. You know what I mean? If they play 4 times, I don't know if they play 3 or 4 times, but if they play,
I think it's 3 times because they're not in the same division.
Right. So if he goes 1 and 2, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one. I think that's a tough one. I think it's tough.
Okay.
Because 4, if they saw each other 4 times and he goes 1 and 3, that's different. I don't think I can knock him versus Hallie 0 and 2 and him 1 and 2. I think it would kind of just even out.
Okay. And I also want to say I misspoke. They would definitely play 4 times. They are in the same division.
Okay. So if he goes if he goes 1 and 3, then Hallie clears.
Okay. Got you there. And then with Joel and Jokic, because you know what I'm saying, they're one of the premier players. Hell, these boys have been on the list for a while now. You know what I'm talking about, the usual suspects. Is it fair to say, you know what I'm saying? So is it fair to say if they don't get the number 1 seed, like
I personally feel like at some point the expectation for Embiid, for instance, like the Nuggets at least got the 1 seed. Well, they got a 1 seed last year and Embiid won it. Okay, well, hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say I personally feel like, and you and I have had these conversations when Jokic was about to win 3 straight. Like I feel like once you go to like back to back and like 3 straight, like you have to overachieve. I feel like your team has to overachieve, not just you. That's how I kind of feel about it. You know what I mean? So if you won it as the 4th seed last year, then I would want to see you at the 2 or 1 seed, like you said this year.
Okay. And to be fair, Embiid is at the 2nd seed right now.
Right, but 4th in the league.
Then,
oh wait, what's that for? What's that for next to
No. That's for the East. That's for the Eastern playoffs right now.
Oh,
it's just by conference right now. If you go to, it's just by division. In conference, they are 4th in the conference,
right?
And then the Nuggets are 3rd in the conference. So I mean, they're right there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You just got, and I think they can overtake the Magic. Remember, Kelly Oubre got injured, and thankfully he's coming back.
He's back.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe they can jump. They can vault past the Magic.
I think they will. I think the Magic.
The Magic are playing pretty well right now. It's very great. I think actually the Magic might be this year's Jazz. Maybe not as egregious, but like that start, it's reminding me of the Jazz, and I think the fall off will be very similar. But okay. But Ant-Man, I mean, it sounds like the MVP is yours to lose, bro. So I mean, keep it up, bro. You know what I'm saying?
If people, I mean, obviously the goalpost is moved every year for MVP. But if it ever will be the best player on the best team, then it's Ants to lose.
Okay. But I mean, hey, you flip that too. You flip it a game and some change. It could be Jason Tatum too. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, and then you can't sleep on Giannis and the Bucks too. They number 2 in the East, so you got a couple of
but I don't see Giannis. I don't see Giannis being able to win the MVP. They got a lot going on out there in Milwaukee. Like for one thing, they're giving up 115 plus points a game. Like that's, I mean, I know it's a new coaching and all of that. Yeah, I know, but their losses are like alarming for me, and I feel like they're gonna have obviously it's new players. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like they're gonna have more of those losses than they do wins in terms of like primetime marquee matchup. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but like the NBA, the commissioner, he front loaded the schedule this year with the tournament, and then with everybody basically playing playoff matchups. I mean, we're about to play. I think we played the Sixers 3 times already.
Yeah, they've been doing that. I saw that because I think Steph and the Warriors and OKC don't play again for the rest of the year. Because I was looking at that, I was like, oh, Steph is about to put his foot in Shay's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was like, whoa, did I miss a game? Like, they're not on the schedule, and that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So
which I ain't gonna lie to you. Which I ain't gonna lie to you. We gonna be talking about next week too. So that in-season tournament, I like it. It's cool, but I think it's a facade, low key. But we'll talk more about it. Because I mean, it is bringing out more competition. It is selling tickets and dreams. So that's cool. But
Sports is one of the few things anyone can easily get into. There are so many avenues to enjoy. Take HCB Collections, for example. Maybe you're a fan of history. Maybe you're a fellow collector looking to add to your collection. Collecting sports memorabilia is extremely exciting. So exciting, HCB has partnered with local collectors. Even the kids can get in on the fun. Collect your favorite players. Maybe you want to be just like them. There are plenty of sports collections to choose from. Baseball, football, basketball, doesn't matter the sport. Want it? Trust. HCB Collection can find it for you. So if you enjoy going to the games and supporting your favorite players, why not support them here also? You may want to grab something before it's gone. Again, there are plenty of sports collections to choose from. Baseball, football, basketball, doesn't matter the sport. Want it? HCB Collections is the place for you.
We're gonna switch topics because I don't want to have this one dominate the show too much.
I got you.
But we're gonna talk about the most dominant players in the NBA. You see what we did there, folks? Got a nice little twist and transition right there. Who's your top 5 most dominant players in the NBA? That does not again mean the best.
Mm-hmm.
The most
but dominant.
Yeah.
So off rip, Jokic is number 1. I just can't. I can't wrap my head around 16 assists from a center. I can't wrap my head around that, man.
That is disgusting. It's disgusting.
I cannot. Trey, I genuinely cannot wrap my mind. I understand. I mean, he touches the ball every play. Although you know what I mean. If the numbers will say that he don't hold it for long, but regardless, there's not a play run that he don't touch the ball. You see what I'm saying? But still, though, to give you 30 points and 16 assists as a center, that's dominance.
Okay, so you got Jokic number 1 then. Okay. Who's your? And it doesn't have to be in order, but you did say
I'm gonna
Jokic
give it to
is
you in
number
order.
1.
Yeah, I'm giving it to you in order. Embiid is number 2. Embiid is number 2.
That's tough. Okay.
You cannot stop him from getting to his spots and the free throw line. It's the thing.
Okay. Give me your list. I got questions already.
All right,
it's
so
gonna be great.
then I'm gonna go Giannis in terms of dominance. I'm gonna go Giannis, and now this is where things get iffy for me because this 4 spot, I want to put 4 names there, but I want to reserve my 5 spot for LeBron James. Because let me tell you something. LeBron James in year 21 he's an alien for one thing. We all understand that he's just not of Earth, but come on, I saw for one thing. I want you just a moment of transparency. I bet his under 3 threes last night in the in-season tournament game. And everybody, once y'all see this, I want y'all to go ahead and dial it back to this day and see what he did. He hit 3 threes straight. He hit the first one. I'm like, it's, you know what I mean? It's early. He always gets one up early. It's cool. He hit the second one. I said, oh, damn, I'm really in trouble, huh? And then he came down, one step in the logo, and hit another one. And I said, well, I'm going to just turn this off because there's nothing else for me to watch.
Hey, look, because I watched it. I didn't watch it when it happened live. So I'm watching it in the morning. So I had my coffee, you know what I mean? I took the day off, damn it.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it. You know I'm not the biggest Braun fan. Freddie be lying saying I'm a hater. I'm not a hater, ladies and gentlemen. It's more so the stands and fans that's messed it up for me.
I'm a hater. I'm a hater. I bet his under 3 threes. Actually.
See, that's not hate though. That's good. That's analytics.
Hold on. If I'm gonna be truly honest, Trey, I bet his under everything. I bet his under on every stat. I am a hater. I bet his under points 27.5. His under rebounds 8.5. His under assists 7.5. His under threes 2.5.
Well, that's
not
under
everything.
Well, so look, the rebound. No, the scoring. I can hear that because he get a little tricky. Rebounds.
He had come off.
I throw him at 6 to 8. Assists. I throw him at 4 to 6 because we trying to ingratiate everybody into the offense now. But
he had just played 40 minutes 2 days before, and in my mind, I'm like he has to be out here moving the ball around. And then first play of the game, he gets a post up and one, and then not 5 minutes later, he hits 3 threes straight, and I was like,
Yeah,
"What was I thinking?" This really is LeBron James.
I was very happy with the threes. I ain't gonna hold you. And it's like I was like, you know what, Bron? I might be able to rock with you this season.
You
Like,
see
I
what I'm
might be able
saying?
to
But
rock.
okay, so
But
back
that's
to my
4,
fourth spot.
and then 5.
Yeah,
so who's the fifth one?
So no, Braun is my 5 because I'm just
Oh, Bron's
I can't.
5. Oh, who's
He's
the 4?
5. So this is the thing about my 4, right? This spot is strictly reserved for those skilled guys. It's KD and Tatum. Okay, those two
So
guys.
hold on. I just
Listen.
because if you have KD and Tatum at 4,
Listen, but you're
how
not
is
listening.
Braun at 5? That's
you're not
my
listening.
question.
You're not listening. What I'm saying is KD and Tatum are 1 because really I don't see them as 2 different people anymore. I really do see them as 1 because I do because when I really look, when Jason Tatum is for one thing, the man's averaging 30. Okay, so was KD. You see what I'm saying? And they do it in very similar fashions, except Tatum will shoot 10 threes and KD will shoot 3. You see what I'm saying? But the real and KD will get 10 mid-range shots, Tatum will get 4. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just like, if I had to choose, it's KD. If it's KD over Tatum, and so Tatum is not in my top 5 dominant. But like, I just want to say that I tried, JT. I tried to put you.
I tried so hard. So
yeah, I tried.
Hear me out, right? Hear me out, Akon. I hear that. I do. I dominant. I think I immediately think of like physicality, right? Really? And I always throw. Again, Shaq. Like, who's the most dominant in the 2000s? Shaq. Oh, yeah. I didn't say that because of his skill. I didn't say that because of his efficiency. I said that because that man was.
But you gotta have,
like. I go Embiid 1. But when you say Jokic as the most dominant, I can't be mad at that because his gravity. He brings so much gravity, and like his game is ugly to the point that it's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Oh my
goodness. It's sloppy across the board everywhere you look at it, but it's effective and it works. And it's like, I don't know what to do. I can't. Like, you have to have a dominant big be able to match him and make him play defense, and like that is Embiid though. So that's why for me, I put him at 1. I'm not mad at Jokic being 2 though. I actually wasn't even thinking about Jokic on this list. That's crazy. I was thinking about
because you were thinking about physicality. Because you were thinking about
physicality. Exactly. Okay. So I'm thinking like, the Brons, the Giannis's, Zion. You know what I mean?
Zion's not dominant anymore.
So you say that, but I saw him. Even though we dog walked, come on, little fella. Even though we dog walked the Pelicans, I did see flashes of, Zion can be dominant. Like, Zion is typically dominant against most opponents, like strength-wise. Bro, remember when rookie year he came in? I forget who he stripped the ball from. I think Miles Bridges.
It was
Kevin Knox. Thank you. Very easily. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he can do that.
But that's the thing, though, Trey. It's flashes. When I think of dominance, I do think of consistency. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so Zion couldn't make my list. Because you can't be dominant if you're not consistent.
And I hear that. I also think, though, it's more so with health. Because when he was playing, the Pelicans were number 1 last year.
Yeah, I mean, he was also, shooting like 75% in the paint? Like, don't give me – that is dominant. But when I'm talking about this year and I see him running up and down the court, like, if he scores on offense, his man is going to score on defense. That's not dominant to me. Like, you can say that Jokic is going to give up buckets, but Jokic is back on defense, though. You know what I mean? He's back. He's at least there.
I'm gonna go to bat for them. My Duke brother, right? Even though I never went.
Even though I never went.
He does run back on defense because sometimes he will have to play that small ball 5.
Torian Prince.
If he's not there, then who?
Torian Prince was his man. Going into last night, what was Torian? 2 for 30 in the tournament or something like that?
Look,
that man had
Torian
hit 3 threes.
Napped from the 3-point line.
And that was Zion's man. And Zion
you can't blame
hold on.
You
He
can't
scored
blame
and
that.
he's flexing and he's running back. And if you look at the replay of Torian hit that 4-3, all of his teammates are pointing to Torian. Like, we understand that you just scored, but your man is wide open. And what did he do? Oh, he runs. He tries to contest. Torian gives him a little pump fake. Zion tries to give him a little side contest. Look. Try to get one of these, Trey. Try to get one of these. I can't see you. Can't see you from right here. You know what I mean? Good shooters don't have a peripheral.
But we talking about one play, Reeds. That's one play out of how many?
All season,
like
what I'm saying, Trey.
Okay. So look, Zion, you heard
he's out.
me.
He has to get in condition. He's not conditioned enough to be down.
Well, that I'll give you, because that's always been an issue for him. So you got to work on your conditioning, buddy. That part I will not go to bat for you.
Okay, so who else? You said.
But
Embiid,
I said
Giannis,
Embiid,
Zion,
Giannis, Braun, Zion, and I throw KD there. But I also got to give a skilled guy too. Like,
That's
even though
why
I said I'm thinking physicality, but like hear me out though, right? Hear me out though, right? Hear me out though, because we got to talk about it sometimes. Is Kevin Durant more dominant than Steph Curry? I understand health has been a factor for, you know what I'm saying? So like I think it's tough though, because like, I do think so, but then I think he's not, and then it's like I might toss and turn that night when I think about it. That's why
Steph would have been top 5 if I did not watch what LeBron did last night. Like, he was top 5 until I saw what LeBron did last night.
Hold on. Repeat that. You're kind of going in and out. Try again.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay. I was gonna say Steph was top 5, and I was only putting him behind KD because KD is 7 feet tall. And I was putting
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like that 7 foot, like he
but
can
then
shoot over anybody, right?
But then I think about it, and Steph is 6.
I mean, all right, yeah. So like, yeah, but
you know what I mean? Like and he's not 7 feet tall, and he shoots over anybody. It don't matter who.
Yeah, but okay. So remember when you said though, Kevin Durant? Oh no, who was it? Jason Tatum shoots 10 threes a game. The KD's like 3 or 4. Well, Steph shoots like 13, 14.
He does, but that's his game. But that's his game.
I feel you, but like because that's his game, like that. I don't know. It's tough. Like I don't know who to put at that position.
He's shooting from 40.
Yeah, but I think KD will give you 31 on anybody's team efficiently, and I feel like Steph has to own this team. I think if you put KD on, and that's why it's like I even though like Steph can too though. Don't get me wrong. Like,
but do you think if Steph didn't play next to Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, or if he didn't play next to Kyrie and James Harden, that he couldn't score efficiently, Trey? Really?
Well, I mean, to be fair too, though, let's not act like KD has not taken a Nets team without Kyrie and James Harden.
No, but I'm saying
kept them at 1-2 while being efficient and doing everything now. So,
but his game is efficiency. You know what I mean? Like
Steph's is, and I hear that too.
But Steph's game isn't like a hallmark of KD's game. One of the first things people will say is he's efficient. You know what I mean? That is like
it's the same thing for Steph too.
Yeah, you see
they're
what I'm
both
saying?
50, 40, 90 guys. Like,
you see what I'm saying? Although he's shooting 13 threes, he's making 5 of them. You know what I mean? He's making 6 of them. So
that's I don't know. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I lose sleep at night on that one personally. And it's crazy because both are my favorite players, like in the league right now. So I mean, you know what? When we talk next time, we're gonna have to ask fellas who they think more dominant. Because I'm not mad at Steph Curry being more dominant. Because again, the height thing, but
look, though, something that was consistent. Right, something that was consistent with all of, but most of, other than Zion, like everybody on my list was 6'9" and taller. Because it's just easier to dominate when you're 6'9" and tall. I mean,
yeah. So okay, so let me ask you this then. On this Steph Curry thing, and after that, we're gonna switch to the next topic. Would you consider him the most dominant player because of his height? Like, we talked about KD and that 7 foot, right? And he also got the efficiency. So should he be the most dominant player? Because that's my thing now. If we're gonna say that about KD, we gotta do that about Jokic.
Steph Curry in the finals could have been considered the most dominant player in the league because aside from what Steph looked like in finals prior, is his inside game was not utilized as
much.
What's the word? Because he still did it. It didn't look as easy. Like you see Steph sometimes now posting guys up. That's to me is like, okay, he's getting better at basketball, which is crazy to think about. You know what I mean? At this point,
I think he had that though. I think he's improving his physique. That's the thing.
Right,
like I know for a fact I can back down certain players and do something, but like the moment like this person's stronger than me, I can still back you down.
Right,
I'm
and
just
that's why I
going to
said
lose a lot more fatigue. So
right, that's why I said the difference between Steph last year and Steph in prior years. Like we all know, Steph is much stronger now than he was in 15, 16.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think you can give him most dominant at pound for pound. You know what I mean? If we're going pound for pound, you know what I mean? Standing at 6 foot, you know what I mean? That type of thing. Like I think you can give him. He could be on that list, but when I think of Dom, it will probably end and start with people who are 6 foot 9 or taller because it is literally just easier for them.
Dominate, right? Exactly. Exactly. Again, like thinking about dominance, my first thought was Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't easy. So I get you. Okay. Now let me ask you this though, because you know what I'm saying. Like these boys, we just talked about dominance. I wouldn't necessarily say these boys are dominated, but at one point in time, they were kind of up in the standings. The Rockets. Can they sustain their success? Now, when we look at the Rockets, right, and you know they like I said, they were kind of high on the list. And when I made this, you know, at least this topic, they were a little higher. Right now, they're at the 10th spot though. But I mean, how you feel about the Rockets? Like, can they at least sustain?
They're separated. They're a half a game behind most people. You know what I mean?
Okay. But like, do you believe in? And matter of fact, real quick, I'm gonna let you get on the soapbox. Oh, pull it back up. Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to see, like, I mean, my thing is, can they sustain success? Like last year, it was what? I mean, to get into the play-in, it was like a difference between a game between the 10th seed and the 11th seed last year. I think it'll be like that again for the West because any given day, those guys can win. My concern about the Rockets right now is Jalen Green. He does not seem comfortable in Houston right now. And I don't know why, because everybody else seems comfortable. But he don't seem comfortable to me. And you tell me if I'm wrong. But he just don't don't seem comfortable. And could it be that Fred VanVleet is more of a but then I think about he played with Kevin Porter Jr., who also wasn't a pass first point guard.
Let me think. Well. So here's the thing, right? I think he's played with combo guards. It's a new coach. You're asked more, but you also have competition because when he was drafted, we were all thinking, "Oh, Jalen Green, the next star." I'm thinking, buddy's 6'6", athletic as hell. He might be better than Zach LaVine, or Zach LaVine could be his floor. Like that's what we thinking. Now you got Sengun in the mix, so it's like we got a possible duo to worry about, but Fred VanVleet in the mix as well, and Dylan Brooks. So he might be trying to figure out his role on the team because last year, like you remember we were talking, they were just going out there and hooping. Right. Like that was it. There was no real
but now you got a coach that has expectations. The team,
and that's the thing.
The team might not have expectations, but Ime Udoka holds himself to a standard.
And I think Jalen Green will rise to the challenge. I think he did say, you know what, when he was coming in, hey, I'm a young kid now playing against grown men. I'm only going to get better. So he at least realized he has confidence in himself. And I think he can bank on that. But I will say him at 6'4" with his style game does give me a little bit of trepidation. Like what's the difference between his style of game and Anthony Edwards? So he's not as strong as Anthony's a grown man right now. He can deal with physicality.
But that's not style of game, though, right?
Well, no.
We're talking about their physique.
Well, so he's able to drive. Like, they both want to drive, finish above the rim, and both want to shoot.
Right.
And they both just Ant can. He can get to his spots a lot easier. Yes, Jalen
Because
Green,
he's
you can
stronger.
say he could because he's stronger, so he can play his game a lot more. So Jalen has to finesse ways. Now, if his shot dropping, damn, like we've
Right.
seen that happen.
Right.
But if it's not, it's a little tricky. And I think Ant's a better playmaker as well too. I see Jalen Green trying to develop that a little bit more. But I think Ant started to develop that a little bit earlier. And I think Ant also Ant has a better understanding of basketball than Jalen, to my understand, at least from my, because last year he said you can't play through Jalen Green, and I was like, that's actually interesting because both of y'all are around the same damn age. So I didn't know you were that astute, my boy. I thought, all right, I can see that, and it made me pay attention to Jalen Green a little bit more too. So I would lean with.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Jalen Green and Sengun should really just be trying to mirror Jamal Murray and Jokic. That's it.
And I think
that's
you
what they
can.
should be trying to mirror.
But I think you can. The problem is though the Thompson twin too, because he could be an interesting mix to the situation. Because
I think
if the Thompson boy pans out, that could be your point guard for the future. And now you got Jalen Green, who's just going to be a shooter and a scorer, slasher. Like that could be just what Zach LaVine was.
No, I think that the Thompson twin will end up being a point forward. Because I don't think Dylan Brooks will last in that spot unless they think Tyree Easton can step up and take on that 3 spot, or maybe they move Jabari Smith.
I was gonna say Jabari, he's still there because that's 6'11". Then you bring in somebody else who can help out with Sengun on the block, because now you got Jabari.
They got a lot of talent, man. And
so you still got Cam Whitmore coming in from the G League.
To answer your question. To go back to answer your question, the Rockets can sustain success, in my opinion, which is why I mentioned Jalen Green. I think it will be very much so dependent upon him reaching 20 points and not being at like 16 and a half.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it doesn't, and like, I don't know, like it's going to have to be, he's going to have to average, he doesn't have to be a big rebounder. I don't really think rebounding as a guard is super important. I think it's just kind of, I think that gets, you know what I mean? I can't think of the word off the top of my head, but I think people really love to see that, but I don't think that's a huge thing. You know what I mean? I don't think rebounding guards are like, because of how small lineups are, I think having a rebounding guard is useful, but I don't think that, you know what I mean, you have to be a huge rebounder. So, but I do think that he will have to average 25 assists, and I would want him to kind of, which I think Ime is kind of forcing him to do, which is why it's tougher for him on offense, but I think he's having to play a lot more defense.
And I was gonna say, I want him to take the challenge defensively. One person that I like is Jalen Suggs. I liked him when he was at Gonzaga, but I appreciate what Jalen Suggs is doing. He is taking on that defensive challenge. Like I'm playing in basketball leagues, and everybody want to shoot the damn ball. Not everybody want to do the hustle plays, the gritty plays, the energy plays. Somebody has to do that, and you can actually turn some points into that, or you can get some assists, whatever the case may be.
But I think too, though,
Jalen Suggs is doing that. I think Jalen should do that as well.
I think the thing with Suggs though is he's competing with Markelle Fultz,
and I get that.
You know what I mean?
I get that.
Is their starting guard? He is.
But
you know what I mean?
but see, I'm thinking of from an NBA standpoint. If you want to separate yourself, you're gonna have to put some effort on that defensive end a little bit more.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So not on the team. Yeah, it's a different.
Right. I think that Suggs had to like flip a switch. It's like, all right, if I want to keep getting consistent minutes, I have to do this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But for Jalen Green, he doesn't have to get consistent minutes.
And see, when Suggs did it, I appreciate it because he's understanding you got to get your niche. Jalen Green, you have a role in the NBA right now for at least the next 4 seasons.
Yep.
If you can start developing this now, that would be another role for you.
Yeah.
So it just extends your career.
Want to.
Exactly. And it also makes your team better because now you got Fred VanVleet, who's supposed to be a defender. Now you're one. Jabari's supposed to be on the way. Like, we can get a lot of stuff working with that. Dylan Brooks.
I'm trying to think about the last skinny-ish guard.
Oh, he's gonna have to bulk up. He's gonna have to bulk up.
You know what I mean?
He's gonna get stronger.
Right. So right now it's gonna have probably the most frustrating part for him is coach is asking him to do it. He wants to do it, but people move him whenever they want. That's probably frustrating. You know what I mean? Because he knows.
Gotta be.
You know what I mean? He knows he can. I'm sure he knows he can guard. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you're playing against grown men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can want to, the coach can want to, but if the people just move you every time, you know what I mean? Then it's and then especially in this ticky-tack league that we are in right now, where this is the one thing about Shai's game I don't like, but that head nod thing he does every time he's dribbling by somebody to draw a foul, I hate that.
But a lot of people do that. Even Trae Young was doing that back in the day. A lot of people do that. So yeah, but
I know, but that's what I'm saying. But it's even more ticky-tack now though, because they're gonna call it every time.
I feel that. Okay. Now let me ask you this, because it sounds like the Rockets are going to sustain their success pretty well, and in fact, we could be talking about Jalen Green next year for MIP. Who knows?
You watch people play basketball all the time, right? Do you have the heart to try and get a bucket? It's not as easy as you may think by yourself. Hence Walt, your basketball training guru. He can help take your game to the next level. Making that jump shot won't be as hard as you think it is. All it takes is to contact Walt and be prepared to put in the effort. If you do, you can also learn to shoot and potentially dominate just like the pros. No matter gender, race, identity, or basketball skill level, Walt will help make sure your game is on a new level.
But let me ask you, I want your thoughts about this team right fast, right? Because you're going to see them potentially. The Bucks. Are they really flying under the radar, bro? At the number 2 seed in the East, because, I think a lot of at least I know I was coming into the season expecting them to have a slow start, right? I think Miami, that 8-9 record they had, I was expecting something like that. Still be fine for the playoffs. But okay. You got the best. You got the top 3 closer, and you got the most dominant player in the league, arguably. I was not expecting them to have a slow start. But something that is flying under the radar, which it isn't, it's very much so on people's radar right now, is why in the hell would you fire Mike if you're going to trade for Damian Lillard? Why? What you mean?
Why fire a coach that won you a ring if you're going to make a drastic move to that degree to try to win another ring? I don't think a lot of the shortcomings of that team was all Mike. For one thing, if Giannis can make free throws, they go a lot farther in last year's playoffs. And the year before that.
But see, we could also make the same thing about Shaq too. And it's like I don't think folks would give that excuse. Like, they're gonna let Giannis slide because he's dominant everywhere else. So okay, yeah, fine, go ahead.
But it's the Shaq knew he couldn't shoot free throws and didn't give a damn. It was going to the line. Giannis, you can see him at the end of games trying to make sure the ball isn't in his hand, so he doesn't go to the free throw line. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's a mental thing. I think at that point, because it was times in the playoffs last year where literally it's crunch time. They're fouled. They're looking to foul, and Giannis is throwing the ball away, trying to make sure he's not the person going to the line. Shaq would not have given a damn. He would have went to that free throw line and missed them both. And somehow on the other end got a stop that mattered to then go on down the end again. He wouldn't have cared.
But you got to say too, though, that at least he knows his strengths and weaknesses, and I can work with that because now if I can pass the ball to somebody else who can score, and we can win the game.
But you have to do it. But you have to do it in a way that you're not panicking. I think he was still, although you may know it, you can't panic because then people. We're talking about the best players in the league. People see that, and then they take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Okay. You can never take advantage of the fact that Shaq couldn't shoot free throws because he was. You know what I mean? It was a running joke for him. Yeah, it was funny to him.
Back to Shaq, yeah. I still remember when Greg Popovich had somebody foul him early on. He was like,
"Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It's the first thing that comes up. It's a running joke." But for Giannis, it ain't funny because for one thing, he takes 30 minutes at the line. You know what I mean? So not only are you missing them, but everybody's waiting for you to shoot.
I am curious though, like what's his routine like? Because I do think he practices his free throws. So the fact that you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I do think there is an improvement in his free throws. I do want to give him some credit, but like I want to. It's got to be because like I feel like he
is it. I don't. I think he had like a. Is it? I don't know.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure his free throw numbers year by year just do this. I don't know if it's a steady this or like should I do it like this? You know what I mean? It's not exponential, but it's like.
All right, so for the career, he's at 71. Did I get the right person? Terrible. 71. That's what I said. Do I have the right person? Hold on. And then, but for this season, he's shooting 66%.
That's terrible. 66 is terrible.
I mean, all right, so hear me out, right? Because I'm coming from the era of like I relied on Shaq. So 66 really ain't that bad. Like I'm not that mad at 66. Like personally, I would have settled. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. It's a D. It's a D. It's a D. But D's do get degrees apparently. Somewhere they work. They got a championship. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Okay, so are the Bucks flying under the radar?
Well, you already said no. You already said they're not flying under the radar. Not. But let me ask you this though: Are there some issues outside of Giannis's free throws? Because I don't think that's really under the radar. That's been.
You have
okay. Hold on. Let me ask you this: Is it fair to say coaching? If I already felt like they've had coaching issues, even with their championship coach.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Why go get somebody with no experience as a head coach? As a head coach, not as a coach, but as a head coach for a team.
It worked well for.
No, for a team that's already won a ring.
Yeah, I do hear that.
Else who's been there? Monty Williams.
Well, okay, do you think that maybe they're feeling like you feel like maybe Boot is too outdated because you might try to run the same old with the team you had, but you don't have that same team. Like you don't have the defensive minded guards anymore. You got Damian Lillard. Like,
you make Dame play defense. That's what he doesn't have right now. They don't have. They're not. This is the same thing that happened to the Celtics when our guy took over. All right, when Mazzulla took over, we stopped playing defense. It was a completely different team from when Ime was the coach and from when Mazzulla was the coach because of theories. You know what I mean? Whatever your coach is harping on every day, my coach was harping on spacing and shooting. Ime was harping on defense and transition. You know what I mean? Adrian Griffin, I don't know what the hell he's harping on. This is my thing. This is honestly my thing. I don't know what his theory is because are they scoring 130 points? Yeah. But they have to because they're giving up 129.
Well, their defense was hit, though. Again, you lose Drew Holiday. Chris Middleton's not a defender. Yes, you have Brook Lopez, but again, the man is 36, 37, so he can give you good units.
Is hurt. Jay Crowder has been in and out of the lineup. I get that. But damn. Trey. But damn.
So I'm glad because like in the video I made, I told people Damian Lillard is going to have to defend, and that's going to look different. Like you can't hide that man like you used to on the Blazers. Like you actually, because honestly, he is their defensive weak link. So if he gets off, that's cool. He gonna be tired come the fourth quarter.
But I ain't gonna lie to you though. This is a pretty hot take. And I just want everybody to bear with me here.
You want the soapbox for it?
Well, no, we don't have to be a soapbox.
Okay, I was making sure. I was just asking. I know.
I think him and Chris Middleton are liabilities right now. I don't know if Chris Middleton will get back to being that wing defender, and he no longer has to be the closer, obviously, because they have Dame. But like in terms of wing defense, when you're coming off of back-to-back years of injuries like he did, I mean, look at Clint. I mean, honestly. Like and Chris is not a young guy. He wasn't a young guy when they extended him. He wasn't a young guy when he started out in Milwaukee. He was a G leaguer and a journeyman who, you know what I mean, found his niche. And I don't think he's gonna be able to sit in a chair anymore.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never had that perception that he could sit in a chair and really be like an elite defender. Is he a scrub, slouch? No. Could he hold his own?
Right.
Yeah. But when you go up against them top dogs, ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna focus a little bit more on Kristen next time I see him.
But again,
that's tough.
But it's tough. What's tough about, and I'm not trying to be too critical of him because he's only getting like 20 to 25 minutes a game right now, and so it's hard to get your like legs and focus on rebounding, assisting, scoring, and defense while also kind of being held back by the coaching staff and the medical staff of not playing the game. So I'm trying to like give him some grace, but like I said, even coming off of back-to-back injuries, it's still going to be like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. And then who's that? Malik Beasley? That's supposed to be their guard stopper. Are we serious?
Hey yo, I ain't gonna hold. Thank you for reminding me. I do need because I talked about Malik a little last year. He was alright. I thought, damn, brother, it's just bad.
Because when you start,
I will say this. I do believe Malik Beasley still belongs in the league. I don't think he's as terrible as he's shown. You know what I'm saying? I think in playoff time he might be able to shake some things around. But Malik, I need you to turn it up a little bit for me, please.
My thing is though, I thought the Bucks always were taller. That was their thing. They were taller. So it was always, they never gave up a lot of rim.
Yeah, but I think they still are taller though, because you got Bobby, you got Giannis,
but think about this starting five though. With Dame and Malik, I mean that's your front court or your back court. I'm sorry, is 6'2".
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think now is the time where folks gonna have to start having that conversation. Giannis is gonna have to guard the best player come closing time.
That's what he's saying he's gonna do.
Yeah, we'll see that. But we got Brook at the rim. We got Bobby guarding like the Aaron Gordons. You know what I'm saying? Them mobile forwards who gonna try to get you the rebounds, stuff like that. Yeah, Giannis, you got to guard them small forwards. We got to see you go up against JT, KD,
but I told you afraid of that last year. He can't.
I mean, well, I'm sure. Well, hopefully he listening to you, and if so, Giannis, 1, hi, 2, listen to the man, challenging. You know what I'm saying? Like you better move them puppies, because if not, the Bucks is gonna be going home in the first round.
But the thing is, like,
maybe second.
He's gonna have to. And like I'm gonna tell you right now, he's never been able to guard Jason Tatum. Ever. He's never been.
I don't know about that. That's gonna be another discussion for another day. I feel like that's gonna be that could go.
He ain't never been able to guard JT. His size gives him the ability to, but he can't. Not consistent. You put him on Jason Tatum for a game, it won't be pretty for Giannis. It won't be pretty.
Do you think? Flip it though. Can JT guard Giannis for a full game?
Nope.
Okay, so it's a while. Okay, so neither can guard the other.
Yeah.
I would like to see that matchup.
Yeah,
Okay.
Neither one can guard the other.
Now, I'm gonna switch topics, and these are gonna be quick, ladies and gentlemen. All right, because you know what I'm saying. We got bills to pay and stuff like that. But the next topic here, Reese, the NBA. Well, the Young East team specifically. I didn't want to talk about the West.
I wanted to ask you, in response to can the Rockets sustain? Can Monty Williams and the Pistons can they sustain being this shit?
So like, it's funny you asked that. I asked Jordan that was a topic for Jordan. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm actually kind of very disappointed with Monty because the team's been relatively healthy enough. I understand.
They haven't been that healthy.
I understand. Hold on. Boggy's been out. Joe's been out. Right? I hear you. 2 wins, Reese? Like,
no.
But 2 wins, Reese.
No,
like,
I
can't.
But hear me out. They had a really tough schedule. They have really tough schedule. Like, pull up their schedule. They had a really tough schedule. They did not have they didn't see teams of their level. And when I say teams of their level, when I'm really looking around the league, it ain't that many teams left that are as bad as the Pistons. It ain't that team. Look at this. Charlotte is the only one. Portland. Charlotte and Portland.
You could have snuck one against Portland. Chicago.
But they're not that.
But they needed
their
get back. They needed their get back. They needed their get. Charlotte needed.
You see what I'm saying? They beat them. Right. They beat them.
Washington, don't do that. And this
That's
badly too.
That's a bad loss. Okay, but click it though. Let's see who. Okay, it say during play. Never mind. Don't click it. Don't click it. You click it during play.
Hold
right,
on. Wait. There's not a Wizard insight on the leaderboard. I'm just saying.
You're not gonna see this. These are all their players. You're not gonna see anybody on the other team.
Memphis is a winnable game.
It's not.
What? With Boggy back and Durant and Cade work?
Yeah, I'm be honest with you. I think I'm be honest with you because I played. I'm playing Ellis this week. Desmond Bain scored 49. You see that?
Nah, he did.
49.
Nah, he did. But
that was not a winnable game. He scored 49. Like Trey, so you know what I mean? I think people are not talking about it because it's the Pistons, but people are trying to talk about Monty Williams and him underachieving. But when you really look at their schedule, we called out 3 games that they should have won: Charlotte, Portland, and Wizards. They beat Chicago, so that subs out one of the other wins, and then they dropped one off. So they really went 2-1 in the 3 games that we think they should have won. That's good.
All I'm saying, bro, is 2 wins. Hey, Monty, we could have snuck out 3, dog. 4 even. Like 3.
They went
like, it's like
2-1 in winnable games.
Like, okay,
Reese. 2-1 in winnable games.
Okay. Hear me out. Is it fair to say? I just want them to do better than the Wizards?
That is fair.
And right now, Wizards is 1 game ahead of them. That's like a game and a half. That's like dog. Like, what are we doing right? Like,
hey,
yo,
who's at the bottom of the West right now? What does the bottom of the West look like right now?
The Spurs.
Oh, damn! For real? How many wins they got?
3. I'll give you this. They got Wemby. And they got a good squad. But bro, I just want them to do better than the Wizards. Like that's all. Because my thing is this: from one of the videos I had, because I try to cover storylines, the Pistons and the Rockets were 2 teams I expected to make some noise. Either you get in the play-in race like the OKC Thunder did last year, or you make a case for yourself.
I couldn't see the Pistons. I couldn't see the Pistons getting a play-in after Cade had to take a year off. I think that would have been a lot to ask. I think he still has to get it. I think he needs a year to get his legs back under him. Because I mean, he had a lower extremity injury. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like
that's fair.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Like
and see, my thing,
he could have been working out the whole time. He couldn't.
But see, I do hear that.
You're not.
But for example, someone like Chet, right? He had a lower extremity injury, but he like bulked up a little bit. He looked stronger. So I think I was expecting the same from Cade. But he also got stronger the off season. He also got stronger the off season before.
But come on now, if we go 1 through 15, Thunder versus Pistons, the Thunder winning.
I mean, a Thunder. Last year, I'd have to revisit that because I mean you got to think Jalen Duren.
We're not talking about last
Bagley.
year. You said Chet.
No.
We're talking about this year.
No. I said last year's OKC Thunder team. I want the Pistons of this year to be like last year's. Oh, yeah. So either you hit that mark or you come up in like the 11th spot. I'll give you
Boggy.
That's what I'll expect.
Boggy was the one who missed all of last season and not Cade. I could agree with you. Because Bogdan, obviously...
You think the learning experience he needs more so.
You see what I'm saying? And so, like, if you told me Shea missed a year, I would expect that Shea would need a ramp-up time. I would give him that grace. Now...
But see, Cade's been looking good, though.
He's been looking great. But you got to think about it. They were still starting Killian Hayes. Over Ivy.
Over Jaden. Maybe because they want Jaden to be that 6th man. Because I'm also thinking, too, for the future, how would Jaden, Asar, and Cade fit?
6-man roles for young guys like that work for guys who played 2.5, 3 to 4 years in college. That works for young guys.
Jaden played that. Jaden did that. Jaden did 2 to 3 in the college, though.
As a small guard,
Like, he can close games. That's all right. Like for me, if I wanted, I would have started him. That was my prediction. But if I'm going to bring him off the bench, I can give him starter minutes.
But
and that's the
I'm
thing.
saying from a psyche standpoint, though.
I hear that too.
When
Young
the guy
guy,
who's
you
starting-
thinking ego wise, yeah.
And the guy who's starting is being that bad. Like Killian was that bad, bro.
I don't know. Maybe they're
And it's
trying
like, I
to. Maybe they're
understand
trying to
sacrifice for the better of the team. But for young,
over
for
this
you
guy.
guys, yeah, for this guy.
I get that. Okay.
For this guy.
Okay. For him,
Yeah.
I bet. Okay, I get that. Okay.
But
Now,
Pacers, young East teams, Pacers, Pistons, they'll figure something out. The Wizards are doomed to infinity. They're doomed.
and beyond.
They're and beyond. There's no turning it around.
I will. Hold on. I will say this though, because we talking like the world's been talking about narratives. So I do think there is a world where they get Cooper Flag.
No, the Pistons.
And hold on, hear me, Reese. You got to hear me out.
The
They
Pistons.
get Cooper Flag in the nation's capital and call him the American flag.
Let me tell you something. You know how powerful the league is.
It's gonna happen. Watch.
Coop is going to the Spurs,
No.
and everybody needs to accept that.
No, brother.
He's going
They
to
gotta.
the
They
Spurs.
got. They're not gonna be that bad next year. They're not gonna be that bad next year.
Wait, I thought he was getting drafted this year.
Nah, he going to Duke next year. Remember that he going to my boys
Oh
next
yeah,
year.
okay.
Yeah. Telling you, he going to them Wizards. Because guess what? The Wizards, all they going to do is draft Isaiah Collier to replace Jordan Poole, potentially. And then from there, you need a big or a wing or something because Kyle Kuzma might not be it. And even still, Kuz can actually play with Kuz. I'm just saying, like, the Wizards could be a team to sleep on, or could be a team that you might not want to sleep on.
Yeah, but I would rather see Coop in Portland, and Portland get the wing that they always needed, and they actually get to grow a wing.
I don't know if Portland does that badly because they're talking about Coop for the #1 pick, and next season I don't know if they're that bad. Ayton, I'm expecting to do a little bit better. You could even see Ayton in the MIP discussion if he plays his cards right. Like Anthony Simons, he might not get shipped off this season. So maybe if he stays next season, who knows? Scoot, I expect to bounce back. Shaden, I expect to take a little jump, nothing extravagant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect him to be that low.
Did you have more expectations for Detroit than you did Charlotte?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Because, like, with Miles, I didn't know how Miles was going to come back or if he was going to come back.
He looks good. He looks good. Shout out to him on my fantasy team. I have just to let y'all know, Pod, I have a very controversial locker room. And I will leave it at that. I have a very, very controversial locker room.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. I have John Morant, I had Giddey, and I got Miles Bridges. And somehow somebody let me draft Victor Wembanyama. The league would never have allowed that. But they did.
I mean, I was about to draft him if you didn't get him. Like, 'cause he went 4th. And I was like, wait, he's this low? Oh, bad. Because I still think the buddy's going to be an all-star starter. You know what I mean? Like, I even though
with 3 wins?
I know, right? That's crazy. It sounds crazy, don't it? But still, you got a shot because you got that fan vote. You got that fan vote. Andrew Wiggins was a starter. That's all I'm saying. And you deserve to be an all-star.
In numbers.
And he got a lot of numbers, my boy, overseas and here. So I think he's going to get that nod. But
sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. Whether with coworkers, friends, family, we all love the entertainment. Well, here on Get a Bucket, my goal is to talk about sports and its cultural impact. The WNBA, for example. The WNBA is loads of entertainment. From the new rookies battling, displaying their skill sets, and preparing to take the league by storm, to the titans and the MVPs of the league clashing for battles we'll always remember. From imagining the soon-to-be possibilities, to admiring and treasuring the finales. Get a Bucket is a platform where other sports analysts, hoopers, coaches, and fans of the show come and talk about the WNBA, both negatives and positives. So if you haven't, take a quick peek. At the very least, you'll have a good time. Remember, sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. So please, tune in and stay connected.
Well, actually, it goes to the bold prediction. And I don't think that's a bold prediction, but I mean, if you got to classify it as such, that would be my bold prediction. So, Reese, I got myself off the board, but I've also made that too, so it's not nothing new. What's an NBA bold prediction for you this season? Like, for example, you want to say Josh Giddey is going to, I don't know,
The Phoenix
win
Suns.
MVP.
The Phoenix Suns are not going to make it out of the first round again. Or did they make it to the second round last
They
year?
made second round last week.
They're not going to make it past the second round again.
That's not that. I don't know if that's that bold, brother, because they got a couple of issues that, there's some teams that could beat them. You want to sneak into that first round?
I'm sneaking to the first round then. Yeah.
Okay.
If
Okay.
they
I was about to say, because
if
that
they
makes
see-
it spicy.
Yeah, if they see Sacramento, Denver, if they see the Lakers, if they see OKC.
I mean,
I'm going to stop there.
that's
'cause I
kind of
feel like
tough, Reese, because
I feel like that was
listen,
real.
now
Let me see. They would play.
they're
Denver.
7th right now.
They would play. Denver.
They would
They're
play
absolutely not
OKC.
making it. They're absolutely not making it out. Oh no! Oh yeah, they would play OKC. Yeah, they're not making it out.
Well, I mean, so, okay, here's the thing, though. We've seen this Suns team
Mm-hmm.
not healthy.
Yep.
We're talking about this Suns team healthy.
Yep.
They're getting out of the first round.
Nope.
And we also got to consider them being legitimate title contenders.
Nope. Also,
Because what I saw on...
I'm
What you
thinking the Nuggets make the 2 seed, by the way, and I
Okay.
still don't think the Suns can make it out of the first round versus the Timberwolves, the Nuggets, or the Thunder, or the Lakers, or the Sacramento. That's 5 teams.
I think
if
the
they see any, or the Clippers.
I think the Nuggets, they could beat. Last year, you got to remember, they went game 6. They went the furthest over any team and were injured. Ayton didn't play for one game. Like, it looked discombobulated. But KD and D-Book went scorched earth. They have now replaced.
But what did they do,
Paul
Trey?
with Brad Beal. And
What
then
did
they
they
also
do,
got
Trey?
on. And then they also added some extra depth too. So if they were close enough last season, last playoffs, to get past the defending champions, the closest team, I gotta say they are a
Trey.
threat to beating the Nuggets this season, who did not do anything special over all season, by the way.
Trey, how many games does that trio have to play together for you to think that they can beat the defending champions? How many games? Because they haven't played a game together yet.
And you're right. You got to get some team chemistry. I do believe if you give me 15 solid games, 15 to 20, give me 15 to 20.
How many?
I think Skip. Ooh. I mean, I would like to say 15 to 20. Like, if you 15 to 20. I would say 15 seconds.
I do not know if they'll play 15 to 20
after the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, I think they do have to play. Like, they have to play to get that chemistry down right. But they're also skilled enough players that they know how each one plays too.
I know,
and I'm sure they played together before.
But one thing, you don't.
And they had a whole offseason too, Reese.
You don't need chemistry with Kevin Durant. My thing is Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Those are the 2 people, in my opinion, who need chemistry. KD.
I don't think they do. I don't think they do. Brad, one is not Brad's team, right?
It's not.
So you don't have that ego there.
I'm not talking offensively.
Plays
I'm
off
talking
ball.
defensively.
You
You have to communicate. You have to. You know what I mean?
don't think that you don't think they would communicate?
No, what I'm saying is you have to get those 20 consecutive games of communication, of coach saying this is going to be our defensive scheme. Right now, coach is just theorizing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
they
get
have
that.
to play together. And it has nothing to do with the offensive end. They will be fine offensively. Defensively.
Okay.
They're going to have to stop somebody at some point. At some point.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And the six teams that I named, I don't think they can stop them consistently. Thunder.
Okay.
The Thunder are the only teams that I think they can stop consistently. Because it is really just Shaq.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's very few teams that can stop, in my estimation, consistently in terms of a 7-game series, the Phoenix Suns healthy. Like, there are very few teams that can actually do that. And that's why I don't think the Wolves will. I don't think the Thunder
Really?
will. I don't think the Nuggets will. I
You
think
don't think
we
the Wolves
can.
can?
I don't know. I think
Jalen,
they can.
Jalen
No, they
McDaniels
can.
on
They no,
KD, Ant-Man on Devin Booker,
they can. Oh, wait, who on KD?
Jalen McDaniels.
I don't think he. I don't. I think KD gets the best of them easily, respectfully. Like I think that's a
Well,
25
KD's
plus
gonna get the
series.
best of anybody.
No. I'm saying that's a 25 easy right there. And then we got to think
Trey,
like your best case. Your best argument for me is Anthony Edwards is going to be the best player in that series.
But my
Which,
thing
if you
is, though,
believe that,
you can say 25 easy. That's fine. LeBron averaged 40 against Iggy, and he won the Finals MVP. I mean,
well,
it's not about how much KD gets. It's about the score at the end of the game.
well, no. I said like 25 plus easy, and
Yeah.
D Book is going to get the
LeBron
same.
averaged 40.
Beal is going to get the same. And they boys are actually capable enough. Like Nurkic can give me 10 to 15 sporadically.
Yeah.
And he's also playmaking as well. Like I'm not saying the Wolves can't. I'm saying I don't think they will this season.
I can. I mean,
Like that they can. They can. For clarification, they can.
You know, I knock Rudy as often as I get the opportunity to, but I genuinely think he is a very stout rim defender. And Cat is 7 feet tall as well.
I also think Nurkic will play a vital role in bringing Rudy out. I think Nurkic actually got a decent little mid-range. It's nothing lethal.
Well, I'm about to say,
but
he's shooting 27% from three. So we're not going out that far.
Nah, but if you leave him open enough, I have seen him hit like 2 or 3 in a game. So it is doable.
And if
he starts shooting, and I hear that, but with more practice, maybe he gets better. Who knows? Like, who knows? But like, if I'm Gobert, they at least don't go to the rim that much. Now, I'm sure they will start challenging Gobert. But I think Nurkic could actually have a solid little series against a player like Gobert.
I don't know. I feel like the Warriors. I feel like that concept is very similar to football, where it's like you have to run the ball in football. You have to get to the bucket. You have to.
Okay.
There are very few teams that can get away with not. Like the Pacers.
They will.
They will. 60%.
They just don't have to.
Yeah, they don't.
They got 3 of the top 3 mid-range shooters in the game. That's all I'm saying. But look, we gonna because I'm about to say you said first round. You said first round because we going down breakdowns right now. Yeah, so we gonna hold on to that one and we gonna see if it holds true. Before I let you go though, Reach. Before I let you go, quick second. NBA Finals wish list. I just want teams, 30 seconds. Why you say it? Who you got?
Timberwolves versus the Celtics.
I'm sorry, run that back again. You said Timberwolves versus Celtics?
Timberwolves versus the Celtics.
All right, 30 seconds on the clock. Why?
Timberwolves are going to play 6 to 7 games, maybe every round, but they're going to have Anthony Edwards, who will somehow show you that he is the best player in that series, no matter who they play. Boston will also play 6 to 7 games every series. But Jason Tatum, it is about time. It's about time, Jason. I have more faith in Ant-Man than I do Jason, but it's about time, Tatum.
Ooh,
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Now that might be a bold prediction. Well, I don't know. That
Ant-Man,
might not be too bold.
The only reason I have more faith, and I told you and Freddie that I was going to be more lenient upon Tatum this year, but it's getting harder every day. We're playing the Knicks right now. Let's see what the score is. Playing the Knicks right now. Let's see what the score is. Let me see what Tatum has. Let me see. We're up 4 points. 3 minutes left in the half. Tatum has 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Porzingis has 17. Derek White has 13, and Drew Holiday has 11. You know what that tells me? The others will win. The others will win us 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum is gonna have to, and I'm including Jaylen Brown in the others.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That is the only way that I can support Tatum. I have to separate him and Jaylen Brown in my mind. I can no longer go 1A and 1B. I'm going 1, 2.
That's tough.
I'm no longer 1A, 1B with them. I'm 1 and 2.
I mean, you got to at some point in time, but that's tough though. Okay, hey, look, bro, Celtics, Wolves in the finals. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't be too mad at that. It would be tough though if Anthony Edwards sits up there and wins that, and like y'all boys just never win a championship. You know what I'm saying? He would really be like,
literally. I was about to say such profane words to you just now. I wish there was a hang up button because I wanted to curse you out and hang up. Dismiss the show. Dismiss the show. End the show. How dare you?
I like it.
I'm leaving. How dare you? You hear what he said?
That's the second time he's walked off on the show.
You hear what he said?
We good.
What we make it, we never win. Yeah.
But you can't reach. You can't be too mad at that statement.
I walked away.
You know where his parents. You know who his. No, because Jimmy is Jordan's kid. So I've got to find the relationship between Jimmy
Jeffrey and his
Jeffrey.
All right. I don't care what he could be the 8th son of Jeffrey. All right. I don't like any of them. Right? He could be the bastard son.
Hey yo, son of Jeffrey is hilarious.
He could be the bastard son of Jeffrey. I don't care who he is. All right. I don't care. I don't like none of them.
Funny.
I don't like
hilarious. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it just blame it on the genes. Just blame it on the genes. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you like the show. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone who's anyone about the show. My name is Trey. This is my boy Reese. Hope you all having a good one. Take care.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.
That bad. Do you need to get anything before we start?
Nope. I'm ready to go.
Bet. All right. Get a little swig of this here schniple. You know what I mean? Easy. All right. Just, why is this thing still acting like that? What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. That sounded pretty good, actually. I don't even know why. I hope. Nah, I messed that up. Let me start over. That's why you just do the same old. And hold on. Before we go, then the casual flip back to Boston. It's like, it's really throwing me for a loop. Like, wait, we just gonna speak that.
When can Boston be considered a small market team? Nobody wants to go to Boston.
Y'all cheat too much to be considered
Trey,
a small market. See,
I'm hanging up. You text me if you have anything else to say to me. Goodbye. You have a great evening.
What? Got him.